Hi guys, hope you're good. Gonna get in with a quick review straight away. Bit of a rant as normal, and then a bit of a preview into the next video I'm going to do this week, which is the common mistakes that traders make. So I'm going to go through all my mistakes I made, but then I've got a load of questions which I got off social media over the last few days. So I'm going to answer all those as well. So let's make a start in the review. Again, it wasn't too many trades for me last week, which is a general theme at the moment, but then especially that I didn't do too much on Friday, and then when I looked at my charts afterwards, because I was out all day, I could have had a lot more, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not sitting on the screen all day looking, and I didn't want to set too many orders, so it is what it is. It just goes to prove a point that I tell every trader, is that if you let your charts do the work. You do your thinking when you do your charting, and then you set your orders, and then you let your charts play out, because the only way to see how good of a trader you are is seeing how well price reacts to the areas on your charts that you mark up. So I will skim through all my pairs shortly and just show you what happened last week. So Monday was quiet for me, I didn't have anything, and then Tuesday I had a cable buy. Price just popped down to the level on the 50-day EMA and worked out quite nicely there. So I still have a lower buy on cable. Again, I said on Twitter, a lot of doom and gloom around the pound still, but I'm still bullish, because nothing tells me on my chart that we're going to go down. The only thing is, this trend line is broken, so if we react to here and drop, then we could be, but this is a strong move up, and it's hit the 38 fib, and it's had a good reaction from it. So I never have a massive conviction to a direction, because I can change my opinion fast, because if something changes, then I'll change my opinion. A lot of people get like really married to a direction on a certain currency, and they think that they have to keep trading it in that direction, and then by the time they give up and they trade in the other direction, they're on the wrong side of the market again. So you just have to trade your chart and not even try and think long term. So that was Tuesday, and then Wednesday was nothing for me. Thursday, this is interesting for me, because I've marked up some. I'll delete them. I'll go through what I wanted to. So I had a buy on this level. So my thinking was, I saw a lot of people who had EMAs, these EMAs here, which EMAs are I'm pointing, you can't see what I'm pointing to, can you? Let me 2 seconds. These EMAs here, they're flat. When EMAs are flat, for me, I just stay away from them. They don't give me any information at all. They're bunched up and they're flat. So for I saw a lot of charts last week of people, and they all had the zone to buy here. If you'd have bought, so if you're going to put a zone there, you're going to buy off the first EMA. That's probably what a lot of people did, and they wouldn't have got anything out of that trade. They may have took a stop on it, but it for me, it wasn't the trade. It was, the pound was dying on Thursday, so potentially due to the interest rate decision. But the pound was in a flow state, in my opinion, because it was sort of like a pound Aussie Thursday dying, pound dollar Thursday dying against yen, dying against CAD, dying against Swiss. So it was dying across the board. So you know the score, when the flows are occurring, you go for levels, because that's the reference of the market, in my opinion. Levels, not a flat bunched up EMAs. If you go through the charts, if you bought these EMAs here, tell me that you've back tested this for months and years and gone back all the way through the charts, and every time EMAs are flat bunched together, tell me that you found enough data to show that you need to buy every time, because you'll win more times than you lose. I can almost guarantee that it isn't worth buying, because you'll lose just as much as you win. So, and when the market's in a flow state as well, I always try and go for the last confluence, even when flows aren't occurring. It's just because the way I am, I'm an anti-trader. Like, I don't want to get in a trade unless the stars are aligned, and every confluence that gets smashed for me is one step closer to the winning trade. So just sit and wait. So, and there's a few examples of this when I go through the charts from last week. So this level, if we drop down to the, hang on, before I drop down, let me just draw in some levels quickly. One and so they're about there roughly. So if you got a zone there, you would have probably bought on the first level. Being an anti-trader, I personally would have waited for the last EMA, because then if you see the 100 EMA getting broken, the 200 EMA, and then it comes to the 200 MA, which is the blue, it's more likely to work. Like, I use this example, I've asked this question before. If you've got a 4 confluent zone here and a 1 confluent zone which is 400 pips lower, which is the strongest zone, everybody said, well, there's one with more confluences. So it's not. It's not. The further away your zone is, the stronger it is. It's all about how the market gets there. So if that first zone gets smashed, then the second one, even though it's 1 confluence, is going to work. So then you're going to look back in your review and say, well, that strong zone failed, but the 1 confluence worked. So I'm like, yeah, but it's profit taking. It was the last reference point for people who were trading that pair. It's the last place to get a buy or secure profit, because they feel like the market's probably going to reverse at this last confluence. So anyway, let's see what happened. Let's go to the 15-minute. If you got in at the last confluence, you'd have had 35 pips. If you waited for the level after everything got smashed, which is what I did, you'd have had 30 pips. So be the anti-trader, wait for the last confluence. You won't miss a trade, but you won't get to the last confluence loads of times, but almost every time you do, you'll win, because your success rate will be huge compared to going for the first confluence. And then you can have that relaxed life and just have 3 or 4 trades a week. And then sometimes, if I'd have traded my charts on Friday, every single one, I'd have probably had 8-9 trades last week, or 1. So it's just be the anti-trader. Just wait, be patient. Your keenness to get into a trade will be detrimental in your success in the future. So the level, paid me nicely, and I did have a runner which I held onto for far too long, but I managed to get out a few negative pips. So Wasn't too bad. Still profited on the level from the level. So so that was GN on Thursday, and then Friday I had £2 Aussie buys, and they were one I mentioned on Twitter. That was the key level and the EMAs and 23 fib. Just scraped the 30 pips. So that was nice. And then this one did a lot more. Level. Why this level? Because although this is probably a stronger level, it's been a hell of a move. And this level is a reference in the market that people are looking at. So this level's been smashed. This is the next level. So, and then combined with the EMA, the zone. And what I mean, what I mentioned earlier about the going for the last confluence. I mean the last. So these were the last two confluences for me. So I've created a zone of the last two confluences. I'm going to get in at the start of my zone. There's plenty been smashed. This level got smashed. A fib got smashed. EMA got smashed. So that was worth the buy for me, and that played out nicely. So that was these two zones paid out nicely. What else do we have? That was it. So I'm just going to run through the rest of the charts now. GJ, similar to GA, level, EMA, big move down into a level. Zone worked. CAD, so that level also gave CAD Swiss franc. Didn't have this, didn't take that, but little zone there with EMA and the trend line. Again, that's a strong move. 2 days worth of bullish action into the final confluence. You know, the next confluence you've got is this level. So from here to here, there's nothing. So, you know, the more eyes are going to be here, especially that these EMAs have been smashed. They worked. There's a nice sell zone there, and strictly speaking, I should have been in this retest of the EMA, but I wasn't. So moment I'm leaving a lot of stuff on the table at the moment because I've got quite a lot going on. But once I do get focused back in the market, then I know my charts are always gonna pay me well. So on EN. Yeah, another zone, 50 fib, key level, EMA, and that would have been the target hit as well, the 38 and the EMA. Eurocard level, 61 fib, a couple of other fibs from the moves down as well. Euro USD, I don't really like trading that pair, but whatever, it was a third touch. Euro Swiss franc, I was hoping for that timing sort of getting out now for this, but again, last confluence, probably just go with the level, try maybe ignore the trend line. I might not take it. It's like I hate these Aussie. I hate Swiss franc pairs like at the moment. So it's a good distance away. If we get a strong move in, I will take that. That's something I have to take. So that was it. So there's a few zones there on the charts which all were generally the last confluence after several had been smashed, and they all played out. So just be the anti-trader, be patient, and it will pay you. Like they say, patience pays, but I don't think people quite understand how to use that patience. And the patience for me is waiting for zones and confluences to be breached, and then when your price arrives at the area that you're looking at, then it's more appealing, and there's more people in the market looking at it, because you remember, people have got to take profit to realize the gains from the trade. So the market isn't just going to go in one direction forever. You can get in from these good levels and get out. What else have I got in my notes to discuss? So yeah, the next video I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through some of the responses I had from the questions. So things that people struggle with when trading here, and the common mistakes. So first one, I've got FOMO. I will cover that in the video, because it's a big killer of a lot of people. Reversal points, somebody's put that. That's generally my sort of strategy. That's generally what I try and find. So not really sure what they mean on that, but if you're watching this video, you just elaborate in the comments. How not to cash out too early, seeing 20 pips plus. Emotions taking over. Yeah, I'll cover that one. So emotions, you shouldn't let emotions come into it. You just got to let your charts give you enough data to let you take the best educated decision according to your data that you've gathered. So I will cover that as well. Overtrading, losing all profit, common one, because people have some wins and then they get overconfident and then they think these shitty zones are going to work, and they generally don't, and then the last confluence works always. Mindset to believe it's genuinely achievable. The industry is 99% negative, 1% positive. So it is achievable. You've really got to just assess your own data and create a platform, a basis to work from. People just don't do that. They think that it's easy, and it isn't. It is easy if you follow a process. Going from a good month to 50-50 win rate. Again, you have a good month and then confidence is probably high, and then you think, then you'll try and go a bit more sort of gung-ho, and there'll be times where every first confluence works, just the market just bounces off them every time, and then things will change. But if you always go in for the last one, you'll always be fine. Trading my plan, my confluence file shows I'm profitable, but my account doesn't reflect this. It's a big one. Again, if you're not trading your plan, then you're never going to make it as a trader. It's just so important. You have to just chart up, and the charts tell you how good you are as a trader, and the way you collect data from your chart is by taking trades. So yeah, I'll cover that as well. Best way to channel emotions towards trades, follow the plan. So we'll cover that. Overtrading there again. How do I can't manage with a full-time job. Okay, there's ways around that I can cover. I can give you examples of what I did. schedule trading for high impact news events. I don't really. I'm always waiting for the last confluence, and if price gets there, it generally works, and if it doesn't get there, then I'm not bothered. But in the past, I would have been trading the first confluences and probably been turned inside out by big news events. Knowing if fundamentals are priced in, yeah, I can cover that. Trading plan, journaling, what to include, I can cover that as well. Knowing when to exit trades, your charts should tell you that. Having overtrading, screen watching, yeah, a lot of these are tough ones. Putting too many orders, and when they get triggered, the timing wasn't right anymore. If you trading on the daily and the weekly, that there shouldn't be an issue with that really. If you're on a lower time frame, then and you need to be on the screen all the time if you're trading like below 4 hour, and if you're trading the 4 hour charts, you need to check the screen a couple of times a day. And that's just a few. There's some more I'll go through, and then I'm also going to cover all the mistakes that I made and the experience I gained and what I put into place to overcome them, because it's a big factor in the longevity of trading, is iron out all these mistakes, because people make the same mistakes over and over again, and it's not for. I see people trying really hard, but they're putting all their efforts into the wrong things. What you need to remember is whatever a new trader thinks, you generally do the exact opposite's going to happen. The market is designed to take money away from people, so you've really got to flip your thinking on its head, and just remember, this is an elite. It's making money from the financial markets is an elite person's game. Like, I'm not saying I'm an elite person. I've just learned over the years. It's like a blacksmith hammering a piece of metal until he gets how he wants it. Like, I've just been hammered and beaten and picked up all these traits over the years, and because I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, I have to follow these rules that I've created for myself. Otherwise, if I go away from them, I just get crushed. So it's the only way. So I'll do that video in the week on the common issues. But as well, if you've been watching this video right to the end, I've got a bit of a bonus, because. And don't share this with anybody. Just keep it to yourself, because you're the person who wants to learn more about trading, and you want to develop, and you must think that my trading style aligns to yours. So I'm aware that just reviewing my previous week's trades, and I know it can help you because you're seeing the actions that I'm taking and stuff. But decided that I'm going to start dropping in some chart videos and charts into my Telegram channel. So I don't want anything for it. If I know inherently that I can be lazy, so if I set this up and I think, right, I need to drop the charts into there, so instead of sitting on my ass doing nothing, I'll jump on the computer and I'll make sure that all my charts are up to date and sent into the channel. So there'll be no chat feature, because I don't like chat features. There'll be no questions on any charts. They're just literally, I'm going to talk about what I'm looking for in the week ahead, whether it's good for you or not. I don't care, because I can't care, because this is what I'm looking for, and if it helps you, then I'm happy with that. But if it doesn't help you and it confuses you, don't join. Don't be in the channel. But if you trade in the weekly and the daily time frame, if it will be beneficial for you. So I'm going to put a link just randomly in the bottom of the description of the YouTube video. So just like I said, just keep to yourself, just join, and I'll post some videos in there tomorrow to start the week. Nice one. So hope that was helpful. Just let us know if it was. Just drop us a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel a bit, so any comments or shares would be really helpful. Nice one. So have a safe trading week. Cheers.